having called ahead to make sure that there was enough money in the convenience store's cash register. Yeah, seriously. An 18-year-old man was arrested in Chicago having given his phone number to a Mufflers for Less employee and instructing him to call when the manager, with access to the safes, arrived at work. So this guy actually told the employees and said, "Can you call me when the manager gets there? Because I need to know the combination of the safe, and he's the only one that's going to know it." And of course, what do you think happened when the employees called the criminal and said, "Yeah, come on down, the manager's here, the police are waiting for him"? What an idiot. That's all I got to say. There is no way to even say anything different about that. Seriously. He's an absolute idiot. Now, for one more, there was another, the last one about these incompetent criminals. Two men were actually arrested near Traverse City in Michigan, and these two men were arrested. They were arrested because they had described to a gas station employee 2 hours earlier exactly how they were going to rob them. I have nothing to say about that, but that's absolutely funny. What do you think, Dobby? Pretty funny, huh?
I don't think I would do that.
Yeah, what an absolute idiot. I mean, you gotta be an absolute dumbass to do that. Although that was stupid enough, and those incompetent criminals were stupid enough to all get the Dumb Bastard of the Week award. I am not going to give it to them because I do have the Dumb Bastard clip, and that beats them all. I'm sorry, it just beats them all. Jumping around here, I got another fact for you. This one actually comes from a little kid. This is Cody Young. He was 13 years old. He complained in January that when he parked his expensive BMX bicycle inside the front door of a Goodwill Industries store in Salem, Oregon, so he could go browse in the store, an employee mistakenly sold his bike to a customer for $6.99. That's just absolutely funny. I feel bad for Cody, but I think it's absolutely funny. Moving around here still, I'm going to give you a little quick review of our Dumb Bastard of the Week last week, like I like to do. Our Dumb Bastard of the Week last week, that went to Aaron Pritchard, if you guys remember. Aaron Pritchard was 27 years old, and he was convicted of child endangerment in March in Hutchinson, Kansas, after a jury declined to accept his explanation for his girlfriend's kids, age 2 and 3, because they were burned in a hot clothes dryer. So this guy went to court, and the jury declined his explanation for why his girlfriend's kids got burned by the clothes dryer. They got burned because this is what Aaron Pritchard's explanation was to the court. Okay. His explanation was, "I was just trying to show them that they could have fun without necessarily spending money." God, you're stupid. Why would you let your kids play in a dryer? I mean, come on. They're going to get burned. You play with matches, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. You play with a hot clothes dryer, you're going to get freaking burned, okay?
Sounds like fun.
It sounds like fun, Dobby says. I don't know about that one. I've heard of instances where cats have also got caught in dryers, too, and I feel bad for those kitties, those poor innocent kitties that were kind of milling around by the dryer, and their homeowner was stupid enough to close the door on them. But that's just pretty silly. Okay, moving on to the last but not least, this fact. Actually, right before that, I got one more. That just came to me from Dobby. Okay, this one was was actually a Russian man. Okay, who returned home from his vacation to discover his entire 2-story house had actually been stolen. Think about that. Your whole 2-story house can actually be stolen, okay? Yuri Konstantinov, I guess if that's how you say it, very Russian, found only his house's foundation when that had been left behind by a neighbor, okay, who police alleged sold off the bricks. So his neighbor apparently sold his house and stole all the pieces of his house and just left the foundation. Police alleged his neighbor sold off bricks, window frames, and yes, don't forget the kitchen sink. You gotta love that one. Okay, now moving right along, the Dumb Bastard of the Week on the American Gigolo live show. This week, the award, for Dumb Bastard of the Week goes to a Jacksonville, Florida woman who smelled something unusual in her home on November 15th and decided to cover up the smell to light the fireplace and clear the air. That was her motive. Now, I'm sorry, if you have a funky smell in your room, don't light your fireplace to cover up the smell. Don't cook some food. Don't burn some popcorn. Don't do anything like that. Get it checked out. Now, what she did, because of the smell, she lit the fireplace on fire, and of course, it was a gas leak, and what do you think happened? It blew up her home. All gone, no more home, and that, my folks, is the Dumb Bastard of the Week award, and that gets the Dumb Bastard sound clip. Okay, moving right along here. Now, we have the end of the show, and that's it, folks. I'm very, 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 very sorry, but that is all we have for folks. Sorry about any sound difficulties again. They take us off guard, or they throw us for a loop. But that's the end of our show. We're going to have to finish up here. Stay tuned next week on Tuesday, April 29th, 2008, 6 o'clock Pacific Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, and our topic of discussion is, what does a man want in a woman, which is the complete opposite of what we've talked about this week. So tune into our show, like I said, 6 o'clock Pacific Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Tuesday, April 29th, 2008. Check it out. Thank you for listening. Onward through the forest, and of course, may the force be with you.